Thoughts Rub In, Some Idealistic Thoughts by Manigandan C, which is me. And I am reading a chapter from this book, Chapter 1, Trolley Problem, a thought experiment in philosophy. The trolley problem is a thought experiment where a user or an agent is in a decision making scenario of either saving n or saving n plus m, where n and comma m greater than 0 lives, given a set of contrasting conditions in favor of the fewer number. That is, if there are going to be 3 or 5 lives are going to be at stake, how the person or the agent is going to act. So, scenario 1, imagine there is a railway track that is bifurcated into two, and the agent U is at a place where it is convenient to change the train track. One railway track has 5 children who are carelessly playing. On the other track, there is only one person who is walking towards his destination, knowing that there will be no train that will be crossing the track anytime soon. When the train comes, as a bystander, the agent doesn't have time to alert the 5 people, or might not know the intrinsic details, and has to take actions based on the instincts. What will be the course of action if he knows that in course of saving 5 lives he is going to kill an innocent man walking along the tracks? Or if he doesn't take any action to change the track, the 5 children will be killed. Saving 5 lives could be called utilitarianism, the greater good for a greater number of people, whereas killing one person in the process could be called murder, a categorical mistake, which might give a guilty consciousness. Scenario 2, imagine the agent, which is you, is standing on the railway platform, and 5 new, naive or expert people are working on the tracks at some distance. The railway track employees who are working on the railway track, and the agent is aware of it. A train is approaching. There is a fat man who is near the train on the platform, and there is no one else in the station, which means that there is no one watching. If he is pushed directly by his hands, or there is some indirect switch mechanism, such as pushing the trolley on which he is resting, which will trigger the result of fat man falling in front of the train, that will make the train stop. Will the agent do the action, and which action will the agent prefer? Whether he will prefer the action uh, to push the fat man through indirect mechanism or direct mechanism, or will he not take any action at all, resigning to fate, fatalism? The trolley problem is the scenario of taking the blue pill versus the red pill for the protagonist Neo in the Matrix movie, where one pill is supposed to save his love interest and the other the people of the planet, to put it simply. There are plenty of such scenarios in movies and perhaps in real life as well, and sometimes they are played over and over again repeatedly at the same set of events, differently based on different sets of actions. In a way, the trolley problem could also be restated as being objective versus being subjective, or to put it in layman's terms, following the mind, reason versus the heart, pride, emotion, intuition. The answers vary from person to person and may not be the same. It is to be noted that some problems do not require any necessary action simply because they are asked to choose. Inaction, not choosing, is also a choice, but nevertheless, there is, in spite of that, a difficult choice for having to be the lone person in not joining a bandwagon. Why not inaction? What if in scenario 1 the train which is changed tracks collides with another train after some time, or the track is not fully constructed, killing people in the train? Saving 5 lives has cost many lives in the name of ignorance, or the agent has the knowledge that if he performs the railway track changing action, he will be doing a penal offense and be punished severely, possibly hanged, leaving his family in a spot of financial bother. Will the agent still do the action and try to be humanitarian, which might go in his mind through bandwagon appeal, popularity, or respect for reason, rationality? Over the course of time, he may well forget the incident and live happily if he hadn't rushed or acted hastily at that point of time. A similar argument could be presented for scenario 2. The fat man can stand for the prejudice that the agent might have against certain kinds of people with certain features, Pushing the man directly with hands versus smartly pushing the trolley through the legs or some other indirect trigger mechanism is going to have the same result. But if one life is going to be sacrificed, the ultimate benefit of saving five lives will be taken as the end purpose, and the guilt conscience could be reduced by one action over another. Arguments could be presented in favor and against both actions, and henceforth it is subjective. And no universal solution could be presented. The agent could feel morally right based on their beliefs. A trade off has to be made. It is not possible to follow utilitarianism and avoid categorical mistakes in this problem. There have been various thought experiments both within philosophy and also in science where, in order to explain concepts, certain abstractions were drawn out of the box. One such thought experiment is Schrodinger's cat, designed by Erwin Schrödinger in order to explain the quantum principle of how a live cat could behave in a quantum field. It is a hypothetical cat that is assumed to be both dead and alive at the same time, as it is unobserved within a black box when a quantum field is provided based on which its fate will be decided. For further readings, encyclopedias on the internet can be referred uh, with the search terms like trolley problem, thought experiment, and Schrodinger's cat, etc. Thanks for listening.